Are Demon Princes of Tzeentch a change for the better in patch 6.3.4? It's semi-rhetorical. I have the attitude about Demon Princes that Air Force pilots have about paratroopers. Why are you jumping out of a perfectly good airplane capable of a controlled landing? So why are you sacrificing a perfectly good mortal lord who might have the immortality trait because the Demon Prince won't? At least he probably won't at first. It's quite a dilemma. What will help is finding out what the princes bring to the banquet. Costing 475 gold equivalent upkeep. On Ultra you get them at 7,600 hit points and 700 barrier hit points. Armor is a mere 30, but physical resistance of 20% helps somewhat. Leadership 80 is certainly high, speed 80 and charge speed 98 are likewise formidable, though those are figures in the air. They will be 33% less on the ground. Melee attack begins at 55, and every blow is magical attack, which is good. Attack interval 4 seconds is as standard, splash target size is medium, so Empire Knights on down, and max target splash 5, that's a decent figure. Melee defense 55 is just as solid. Weapon strength 450 is far from the best. Moreover, it's split base 300 and armor piercing 150, so it's not armor piercing tilted. There is no bonus versus type, charge bonus of 50 is fairly decent, and mass is 4000. So he tends to go where he wants when he wants. He is of course demonic, causes fear and terror, can fly, and is counted as a siege attacker. Since I haven't done a Tzeentch Lord video in a while, let's go over the blue line. Root Marcher is the same as always, plus 5% movement range, 3 pips in the spoilers gives plus 30% rating income, plus 15% settlement sacking loot. Serve or Die gives minus 15% recruitment cost at 3, Corruption gives plus 4 Tzeentch Corruption at 3 per end turn. Ruination gives minus 8 control enemy province at 3 plus an extra 15% attrition for enemy armies under siege in that region. He doesn't have to be the one actually sieging. Unholy Resilience gives 30% Lord Casualty replenishment, as in to himself only, and minus 1 wound recovery time, provided he's not killed. Which is how you can lose a lot of fresh Demon Princes, so be careful with them. Lightning Strike is standard among basically all lords. Feated Gallopot is plus 6% casualty replenishment for the army at 3 and minus 30% attrition from all sources. Blessed by Evil is plus 15% magic item drop chance and plus 15% post-battle loot at 3 pips. 3 pips in Premonition gives plus 30% intercept chance and ambush defense chance plus 30%. Respected and Feared gives upkeep minus 8%, campaign movement range another plus 5%, enemy hero action success minus 10% chance, 25% better chance of wounding heroes attacking him, and recruit rank plus 1 for own army. This is pretty standard stuff, but I thought it was worth mentioning. The Redline Capstone is stand your ground, so leadership and melee defense, as in it's pretty normal for a Tzeentch demon. The top pips are 100% the same as the Chaos Lord, Hearts of Iron, Voice of the Dark Gods, and the 10% missile resistance node. The funny thing about the yellow combat line, as in he gets one, is that it is functionally 100% identical to that of the Chaos Lord, except for the last part, Demonic Onslaught, which is a renamed Deadly Onslaught, exactly same stats. The fat addition to charge bonus should be used aggressively. The magic line is an interesting mixture of Tzeentch and metal spells. You start with Blue Fire of Tzeentch, get the Tzeentch passive Fires of Change, so 9 seconds of 10% war save for allies after casting any spell. 2 pips can be applied to each of 3 spells: Gehenna's Golden Hounds, Plague of Rust, and Treason of Tzeentch. If I haven't created newer lore videos, Treason is the leadership minus 16 spell. The middle pip is not Evasion. Instead, you get Metal Shifting, the Lore of Metal passive, which creates short-term bonuses to base and armor-piercing melee damage to your side. The advanced spells are Transmutation of Lead, which suffocates enemy base weapon damage and melee attack, Infernal Gateway, which is a very high-end Pit of Shade style stationary vortex, and quite nice. Prismatic Plurality, a minus 10 second spell cooldown ability you can pop, Magical Reserves for plus 5 Winds Reserve, and Arcane Conduit last for the normal 40% increase to Winds Recharge, and not available for the multiplayer version it seems. there is no earthing pip for reduced miscast chance. At rank 18, you can pick Wind Lifted, giving minus 25% to barrier recharge delay time, and the passive Arcane Flight, which simply grants plus 15% spell intensity, making every spell hit that much harder. Fate Marked is supposedly gated at rank 16, but is also gated by the previous pip here. Anyway, Gaze of Fate for 14 seconds of minus 40 melee attack for a single target was there for the Chaos Lord too. Finally, Brand of Tejas is just like the Chaos Lord, giving Wind's Reserve capacity plus 10 and Paragon of Change aura, barrier hit points heal for self and others in a 35-meter bubble improves by 0.2%. So how do we use the Demon Prince of Tzeentch? So what we have is a pretty broad-based hybrid spellcaster and melee smacker. Low in armor and low in armor piercing, but able to take pressure off dealing with normal troops considerably and picking and choosing his spots with spells that chew through armor nicely. Even just Blue Fire is good for that, to say nothing for Gehenna's Golden Hounds and Infernal Gateway. Since he's well-rounded, as in significantly less good at trying to take a dragon's head off, he needs to work within his army, buff others, and pick and choose his spots. And a combination of background traits, equipable items, and a lot of stubbornness and craftiness are needed to make the most out of him. I wouldn't want to use him without either monsters, characters, or both helping out, but that's up to you in the end. Even though I didn't take time to repeat the details, the fact he has a yellow combat line means that over time you can really make him hit a lot harder. Just very decent numbers. The flexibility is an asset too, and you need to take full advantage of his ability to start fires and put them out. I can't comment on how he is outside of the Tzeentch faction, but within it, the faction's mechanics help bolster his weaknesses because he's an okay hybrid spellcaster. He's not the best out there. He's one bird. Don't let the lack of the ability to do literally everything ruffle your feathers. He can still hit a lot harder than, let's say, an iridescent horror, so just use others to expand on his strengths and shore up his weaknesses. Take care, and have fun sweeping the old order away with a flap of your mighty wings.